So this afternoon, it's my privilege and I feel humbled to be facing in front of you. Although I face the congregation at church, but this is a different setup. And actually I'm quite nervous in front of the congregation. It's a different, it's like I'm teaching a bigger group. So I hope you won't sleep, and I will not let you sleep though, because we have some activities on this, alright? So, let me just put this slide, and I hope this one will work. Sometimes technology, when it is needed, it doesn't. Why are we so quiet? Okay. Alright, so it's reinforcing accomplishments or praises. Alright? And our guiding scripture this afternoon is basically taken from Matthew 5, verse 3. It says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," which is being humble, "for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So I'm giving you first an overview of what you will be learning this afternoon. So as a teacher, I'm applying what I practice at school. And our students here are familiar with this, alright? Learning intentions and success criteria. Alright, so this afternoon you will be able to develop Christ-like skill of being humble. Okay, that is the focus of this afternoon's session. And also view all others as equals. We're all equal in the sight of God. Okay? And your takeaway after this session would be 3. Okay? So I can look for an accomplishment good in family members daily. Because daily it is a challenge. Alright? And ignore minor annoying behavior. So it is for the whole family. Sometimes we magnify those annoying behavior, which sometimes could challenge relationships. Cease to criticize and find fault with others. Not just with others, but among family members. Alright. Before I will discuss this, I would like to thank Brad for laying the foundation for us this morning. Because what he shared to us this morning was basically the foundation of why we have to continue with sessions 1 and 2. And it's important that while our kids are still young, their brain is still developing, right? And it's good for us to engage them in Bible study groups and also memorizing verses, alright? Because those verses would be their foundation, a strong foundation as they grow, as they mature, and as they lead their own family in the future. Amen? Alright, so let's brainstorm first. You will be given questions and you will be sharing these answers to the person behind you just for a minute. It's just a minute. Okay? I'm cognizant of the time, so we have to do this briefly. The first question is, when was the last time you have complimented or praised someone in your family or people around you? For those who don't have families with them, consider this people around you. But for those who have families, when was, okay, the last time you have complimented or praised someone in your family? You have a minute to give your answer to the person behind you or in front of you. Next question. Who is the person in your family that gives compliments or praise often or the most? You have a minute to answer this. Share with the people around you. Next question. There are only 4 questions. Next question. How do you show or display your compliment or praise towards the members of your family or people around you? How do you show or display? You have a minute to answer this question. Alright, number 4 and the last one. How often do you think you have to have an accomplishment or praise someone in your family or people around you? How often? We have a minute to answer this question. So with these 4 questions, you basically can tell what is the purpose of reinforcing family relationships, okay? Reinforcing praise or accomplishments. Because you have heard varied answers from the people around you. Okay? These answers will be different based on how they relate with each other in the family setting. Okay? It's a challenge. So our goal is to strengthen family by reinforcing compliments or praises. Because as children of God, we should be praising, we should be complimenting, not just within the family, but also around the people, or the people around us. Alright? Okay, there will be a short video clip. This is an example of a social experiment. And I want you to find out, what do you think are the reactions of those people who receive compliments from strangers? These are strangers giving compliments to people that they don't know. Okay, and this will be our discussion afterwards.
Hi, you look great today. You have a lovely smile. I like your aura. You're very tall. A hat looks good on you. You have very friendly eyes. Your hair looks wonderful today. Those glasses look great on you. Hey, I like your knees. Your goatee looks good on you. Nice carts. Nice cigarettes. Hey, nice tattoo. Hey, I like the way you hold that bag. I like your flip-flops. Hey, I like your shoes. Your socks are cool too. You look beautiful in that color. You look cuddly. I like your phone. Hey, great scrubs. I like your monkey shirt. Man, you look radiant. You both look beautiful today. That beard's coming in. It looks good. I like your personality. I like your style. Thank you.
Okay, so you've just heard and watched an example of a stranger who just gave random compliments or praises to people whom he doesn't know. What were their reactions when they heard those compliments from him? They were surprised, they were thankful, they were grateful, they felt happy, of course, and they responded really well. Okay? And that should be our response when someone will say to you, you know what, you look great today. Someone will say, oh really? It's like you don't believe. Right? So be confident when someone looks at you and gives you a positive opinion. Say thank you. Right? It's not being, what you call this? You're not bragging about it, okay? You have to accept what other people have seen in you. Alright? So, we'll continue with that later on. What do you think are some of the misconceptions or misunderstandings of why people don't give compliments or praises to someone? Can someone give me one? What are some misconceptions? Shy? Yeah, what else? Unsure? You're unsure whether this is a good compliment for the person? Yeah? Or the person might get offended? They don't care? That's right. Just being honest. Okay. Pardon? They're feeling bitter? Oh, probably the person just needs something, especially that person can be a member of your family, your husband's probably. So you know what? You look so beautiful today. So probably that husband needs something else. Okay? Or the wife will say, you know what? Dad, you look so handsome today. Or probably the wife needs money for shopping online. Okay, alright, so here are some answers based on research and review. Okay? So compliments or praise are only for children. This is what they thought or believe. Compliments or praises are only given when someone has accomplished something fabulous or great. Okay? They equate accomplishment or praise with accomplishments only. Okay? Not everyone needs or wants compliments or praises. That's not true. Okay? So no time to do it. No time to give compliments or praise. I'm too busy. I'm too busy thinking of myself. Okay? We didn't have time to appreciate the goodness of others in front of us. Okay? Compliments or praises trigger our own insecurities. That's why we just have to keep it ourselves. Alright? So, shining a light toward inadequacies rather than providing positive feedback to someone else. Okay? That could be a negative feeling. We don't see the need. What for? Why do you have to spend time appreciating someone? Okay? That's not true. Okay? Compliments make us vulnerable. Okay? Why vulnerable? We're afraid that the compliment might not be well received or afraid if being rejected. That's why we just keep it to ourselves. Okay? Sasabihin ko ba ito? Baka ma-offend siya. Alright? And there are reasons why people would just reserve themselves for doing that. Okay? And that's why we want to educate or re-educate ourselves that these are misconceptions. Okay? These are lies from the enemy. Okay, remember, our brain is the battlefield. And the enemy would inject that into our brain. Okay? And that's why Brad's discussion this morning was the foundation of it. Alright, what is compliment or praise? Based on those examples that we just received, or you just shared amongst yourselves. What is your definition of accomplishment of praise? Anyone?
Saying something good to encourage them.
That's right, saying something good to someone to encourage them, to appreciate them. Alright? Because that's what we need in our family. If you want to strengthen family, especially amongst our kids, they need those affirmation. Because they want a sense of belonging to improve their self-worth. Alright? Okay, so here are some definitions. Accomplishment is an expression of praise, congratulation, encouragement, good wishes, or to express a favorable opinion. Okay? Accomplishments and praises are synonymous. Okay? Are compliment. Alright? Praise can be a compliment, a gesture, facial expression, or form of gentle touch like hugs or high fives that promote what? Positive self-worth, self-esteem, and belongingness. So if you can see the definition, sorry, I'm in my pubertal stage. If you see the definition of compliment and praise, they're just the same. They're synonymous. So if I will say praise, I'm referring to compliment. If I will say compliment, I'm referring to praise. Okay, so compliment or praise are just synonymous. Okay. Why is compliment, wrong spelling there, or praise among children and adults important? So based on research, what have you seen on this picture?
You're confident.
Yeah, girl is so confident, like she felt like she's a superhero. Yeah, good self-esteem. Okay, good self-esteem. Look at this boy, wow. You want to create this on them, not being proud, okay, being boastful, but to establish self-worth, belongingness. Alright? So research show that children with positive self-worth get better grades, don't get discouraged easily, and generally live more productive lives. If you see your children having some of these qualities, that would be an indicator. This person has a good positive self-worth. Okay? Compliment or praise is the fuel for our positive self-worth. So, if we need food, okay, to be energetic, for us to move on in life, we also need compliments or praises. It's a fuel. And self-worth is the value we have for ourselves, our ideas, accomplishments, successes, as well as our appearance, personality, and character. So if this is applicable to children, it doesn't mean these are not applicable to adults or teens. Alright? Because we have the same basic needs. The sense of belonging. Okay? So in our family members, if we have this self-worth, we value our family members, that would be reflected back into our church, into our congregation. That's why we want to strengthen the basic unit of society, which is the family. Strengthen it. Okay? Praises or accomplishments. Alright, here's the second video. Have a look at this.
We're here in New York City in Times Square, shooting out some compliments to passerbys here in the Big Apple. I like your plaid pants. That's a nice maroon outfit you have on today. That's a really cool shirt with fruit on it. Makes me hungry. I like that brown shirt. Very cool. You have a great smile, too. I like your shirt. Ooh, that was close.
Everybody should give compliments to people just without any reason to make them feel good and happy. I think it's great.
Hey, thanks. I like your zebra pattern purse.
It was unexpected. It was a great touch. So I'm starting off the day on a slightly brighter note.
Hanging out here in Central Park. We're having a great time on this beautiful New York City day. That is a radical Volcom shirt, man. Still like those shorts, too. I like those aviators. You got a nice chain. Sir, you have a very luscious full coat of fur.
I think it's fantastic. I think there is definitely karma about saying, you know, one nice thing and it does kind of lead into something else.
I like your carriage. That's a beautiful horse you have. And I like how your earrings match your necklace. Very nice earrings. Have a good day. Cool hat. Nice purse. I love your green earrings. Those look excellent. I like your watch. You guys are a very cute couple. You got a nice smile. I love your mustache, sir. I like your hair. Oh, I love your hair. Look, those are cool glasses. I like your umbrella. You're prepared for the weather.
Right now, my day going a lot better.
Keep up the good driving. It's a very nice bracelet. Have a terrific day. We're ending the day in New York City at the South Street Seaport. I like your checkered pants. Enjoy your boat ride.
I'll take one.
Hey, thanks for the support. I like your Yankee shirt. Very cool sequiny blue earrings. Hey man, that's a sweet brown shirt and I dig that bike.
You know, I had kind of a rough day. I think it's totally inspirational. I mean, I think that this is like, you know, pay it forward.
New York was so awesome. We met a ton of cool people. Yeah, and with all those people came a lot of really great compliments. It's sad we have to leave.
I'm showing this video not because I want you to go outside there and have a finance thing. Alright? This is an example that you can provide compliment or praise in anything. Right? It doesn't have to be something that a person has accomplished. Okay? Because that would be our misconceptions. Anything that you see, anything that you have observed on someone that is positive. Alright? So, amongst teachers, we're trained, okay, and I should be applying this at home as well. But even if our student is so naughty, we just say, oh, you know what? You can do this. You can finish the task. No matter how that person, that student is naughty, and that person treats you aggressively. Okay? But sometimes it's so difficult, especially among our family members. Right? What if you're angry towards your son, towards your daughter, or the other way around? Okay? So, how are you able to provide a compliment on that particular moment, on that particular day? Because it says daily. It's a daily activity. So, compliment should be a lifestyle, not just when you like it. Not just when you think, oh, I think I need something from my mom, I need something from my dad. Right? Because we can sense it. Parents can say, oh, I think this boy needs something else. Probably he wants to use his Nintendo. Alright? Do we understand that? So sometimes we can manipulate. Children are good in manipulating parents. Okay? We're not born yesterday. We were once like you too. Alright? So just be reminded that it's better for us to provide a positive, okay, a favorable, opinion towards someone rather than criticizing that person. Because sometimes we're easy to judge. Yeah, we're easy to judge. Okay? Alright, moving along. What are some of the roadblocks? Okay? Some parents just expect their children to do what they were told without having to compliment or praise them. Okay? Just ignoring what they have done or accomplished. Anyway, they knew it, that I love them. But kids, they want to hear those words, I love you. Okay? Some of us didn't grow in a family in which we are so vocal when it comes to expressing love verbally. I wasn't. Okay? I wasn't. Okay? But having a family, I have practiced that. Okay? Because if I will not do that, then they will not have that in their own family in the future. Okay? Second one is, no one, adult or child, will behave in appropriate ways without some form of recognition. Okay? So we would think, it doesn't make any difference at all. Why should I give? Right? Many adults have not had the experience of receiving accomplishments or praise as children, so it makes it hard for them to practice a skill as parents. And we are trying here to equip us once again. It's not too late. Okay? If we have not practiced this at home, it's never too late. We can still develop parts of those nerves in our brains before they get removed, as what we learned from Brad. Alright? So it's not too late. And adults who have difficulty accepting accomplishment or praise from others may feel very uncomfortable, okay, in giving compliment or accomplishments or praise to their children or to adults. And why? What do you think are some of these reasons? There are reasons why. Okay? This was a question from one of our church members saying, I am comfortable when my husband gives me a compliment or praise. And why? But she didn't give me a reason. Right? So I think one of those reasons would be this: low self-esteem. Okay? Low self-esteem. Self-image doesn't line up. Sometimes we don't recognize our strengths, but people around us, they do. You know, when someone will say, you know what? You have this skill in leadership. I'm going to say, no, not really. I don't have that leadership skills, but you have demonstrated that. So our mind, okay, doesn't line up with how we look at ourselves. It's because of our perception. Again, part of the brain. Uncomfortable with big expectations. Some of us are uncomfortable with big expectations. If someone will say, you know what, you lead the meeting really well. I said, oh, not really. Why did you say, oh, thank you? Yeah? Sometimes it's difficult to say thank you, but easier to say, oh, don't. I wasn't the one doing it. Right? We make a lot of excuses. It's because of what we perceive in ourselves. Okay? Our self doesn't line up with what we think we are. And wants to be humble. Okay? They just want to be humble. They just want to be unnoticed. But that's not good. Okay? We need to celebrate your strength. As members of the church, we need to see the strength of each one. We need to develop those strengths and work on those weaknesses. And doesn't want to be noticed. Okay? Many of us will just say, oh, just don't mention my name, please. I don't want to be noticed. But you know what? We can just say to the person, this is your strength, and I want you to develop that. Because that strength can help develop our congregation to grow and improve as a church. If someone will approach to you saying, you know what, you have a gift in singing, Don't just say, no, I don't really sing. But someone heard you sing, and that was really good. Accept that. Okay? You know what? You're really good in team building skills. That's why people are tapping this. You know what? What's interesting about this church is we're trying to foster mentoring, and we're tapping people because we have seen their skills, their leadership skills. Okay, that's what we mean by mentoring. Okay, if you are being tapped to do something, it's not a burden. Okay, don't take it as a burden. Take it as a challenge to improve your strength. Okay, and hone those weaknesses. Become strength. Alright, there are two types of compliment or praise. One is being and one is doing. For being is the highest form of compliment or praise that anyone can give. It tells children that they have value and worth. They don't have to do anything. It's their being as to who they are. Alright? It lets children know you value them for who they are. Okay? They don't have to do anything as part of your family members. It's who they are as a person. Alright? And what are some of these statements that we can project to our children? Valuing their being. One of which, okay, I really love you. How often do we give this to our children? I really love you. Okay? You're a beautiful person, my dear. To your wife. What a special child you are. Special because, not because of deficiencies, alright? Special because you have seen that person has some good qualities. Alright? I am so happy you are my son. Yeah. I will say to Josiah, you know what, Josiah, I'm happy, I'm blessed to have you as my son. And same thing with Keisha, of course. Alright? How many parents would do this to their children? Okay? Or the other way around for the children. You know what? Children will say, you know what, Mom and Dad, I'm happy and blessed to be your daughter and have you as our parents. And we need to practice this. It's not 24/7. It's not too late though. Alright? We need to practice. It's a lifestyle. Okay? You're a wonderful daughter. And that is pleasing to their ears. You're not just doing this to please them. You're doing this because you love them. Amen? Amen. Can we say amen to this? To our parents? Amen. Awake. Awake. Okay, no to parents. Okay? When you praise children for being, they don't have to do anything to earn it. They don't have to do anything to earn it. Praise for being is a powerful parenting practice for building a positive sense of self-worth in children. Okay? It's never too late. If your children are grown up, it's never too late. But if your children are still younger, and that is the time for you to invest on that. Okay? Because that will stick to their minds. And they will carry that with them as they become mature. Alright. Next one is the doing. Okay? So the doing is quite tricky. Okay? Because sometimes we confuse ourselves with what they should be doing. Are they doing something that is greater or extraordinary? No. Okay? So, children know you appreciate them and value them for their efforts and behavior. When they behave well, when they have done something, okay, you appreciate that. Complimenting or praising a child's behavior can be for something they, what? Tried. Okay? And completed. Or tried something but didn't quite succeed. Okay? Or finished. So it doesn't mean that if your son has not finished doing his homework, You will just wait until that homework is done and give a compliment. What I say, you know what, you're doing a wonderful job. And I'm sure you can finish doing it. So that would give an encouragement to the person who received it. Do not wait for the task to be accomplished. But sometimes we wait. Okay? So, if you acknowledge your children's efforts, they are more likely to what? Try again. They're more likely to try again. Rather than, oh, I hate doing this. I can't do this, Mom. I can't do this, Dad. And they easily give up. Right? So how are we going to motivate them? I know it's hard. Okay? I know you're doing your math so seriously. Doing your times table would be too hard, but start with 1 all the way to 5, and let's see how you go. And I'm sure you can finish until 10. So give an encouragement to your children. Alright? So what are some praises for doing it? I'm really pleased to see you trying so hard. Okay? I'm really pleased that you are trying yourself and doing that. You button all the buttons. Good for you. Okay? I'm so proud of the way you cooperated. Okay? And the last one is, you're really doing well in school. Even if the grade was just a D or a C. Because if you would say, oh, you're doing bad at school, the more that said, oh, I will not make an effort to make it a C, or B, or an A. If you saw a C or a D, said, oh, that's a good start. And you can try much better next time. Alright? So even failures could be an avenue for you to praise. Alright? So these are opportunities for us to grow and strengthen our family. I have 9 minutes based on my watch here, because I've timed myself until 3:10. I should be finished. Alright, let me just focus on this. Many parents unknowingly use praise incorrectly by using praise for being and praise for doing together. Okay? Such statements as, what a nice job cleaning your room. This is the doing, alright? You really are a good girl. Wow. That girl is good because she did the cleaning. Okay? You're not praising the being. You're focusing on what the child has done. So we sometimes have this confusion. Okay? Daddy really loves you for cooperating with me. Wow. So again, the doing is being appreciated rather than the person. Okay? So if this happens, such statements tell children you only love or appreciate them when they do something that pleases you. What if those things, they don't please you? Right? It's known as conditional love. Okay? Or love that must be earned. Imagine if God's love to us is conditional. Right? So God, through His Son Jesus Christ, has given us a perfect example of unconditional love. We are not deserving, but because of His grace, because of His love. At the time we accept Jesus as our personal Savior, Lord, we have the right. Okay? We become righteous not because of our doing, but because of what Christ has done through us. Amen? Okay? Children quickly begin to resent such love because they know if they don't do the right thing, their parents will not love them. And this should be our message to our children. We're not loving them because we are pleased with what they have done. We love them no matter what. Even if they make mistakes, they are still our children. As parents, we're there to guide them. Okay? But sometimes because of our rage, because of our anger, we say some of those nasty words. I am guilty of that, so. But I have tamed my tongue. Okay? So it's a matter of taming your tongue, even to your spouses. So it's a learning experience for me. Alright? I'm not standing here because I'm doing all these things rightly. No. I am a work in progress as well. And we are a work in progress. Okay? Am I making you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Okay? Okay. How to use compliment or praise. Okay? Make an eye contact with the child. Okay? On the child's level. Don't say, you know what, you're doing great today. Bend down and say, you know what, you're doing great today. Have a level, an eye level. Because if you do that, that means you value them as a person. There is connection, there is interaction. Because if you will stand in front of them, that wouldn't stand. I know. You're showing authority. Yeah? You're showing authority. If you're standing and you're speaking to a child, you're displaying authority. Okay? Gently touch the child. Only your child. Okay? Not someone else's child. Okay? As much as possible. Okay? Touch is a positive form of communication. Much more for your spouses. Alright? We need tender, loving care. Okay? So to your spouses, you know what, honey? You look so great tonight. Oh, probably the husband needs something. Right? I think the husband wants the wife to cook something for him. Alright? So you know that. Okay, smile or look pleasant. Everyone likes to see a happy face. Don't say, you look so great today. But with a smile. Why is compliment and praise important? It sends a message to others that we are worthy of their recognition and deserving of it. Okay? When we accept a compliment, we're building a positive self-worth. Parents with a positive sense of self-worth can help build the positive sense of self-worth in children. So whatever we have sown, we will reap. Alright? And those fruits will be multiplied to the people around them. As a teacher, I can sense, I can see to it that who among my students in the class, okay, have been raised with good, positive atmosphere. I can see that by the way they behave at school. Okay? It's a reflection. So the home is a reflection of what is in the community. And our church is a reflection of each of our respective homes. As models, parents show their children that accepting praise is the right thing to do. Tell them to accept praises from someone. Everyone needs recognition. Accepting praise is a positive form of recognition. When we accept a compliment, we're more likely to send one. When we receive one, don't just keep it to yourself. Don't say, I just have to look nice today so someone will give me a compliment, and just keep it to yourself. No, don't be selfish. Share it to someone else. Touch someone's life as well. And that's when we become the light and salt of this world. Not just preaching them. No, people are not waiting for us to preach the gospel to them right now. They are seeing and watching us based on our behavior. At work, and say, how come this person is so nice to me even if I'm just so irritable? Right? This person responds to me positively. And they will know, oh, this must be a Christian. The way you behave meets challenges around you. Even at home. Right? So it's a great challenge. Alright, so look pleasant, say thank you, use gentle touch. So these are the ways for those who are accepting compliments. Say thank you. Don't be shy to say thank you. You say, Oh, thank you. You're shy. Okay, show it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the compliment. Alright? And look pleasant. You're not bragging, you're not being proud. You're not the one presenting yourself as likable. The people around you have noticed that. Like Joanna this morning said, you know what, Joanna, because I was speaking to her, I said, oh, you know what, you have nice eyelashes. Yeah, eyelashes. And she said, oh, thank you, Kuya. Right? So don't be shy to present yourself as good as you could. Because we're children of God, right? We're God's children. If people will see you with tattered shirts and looking good, how can they distinguish you as a child of God? Present yourself before the King. Like what Cynthia is doing every day. Yeah. Every day. Alright, so for the facilitators during your discussion groups, please be reminded, okay, that there will be a memory verse that will be shared. I'm not expecting you to memorize the verses within your discussions, but take this as a takeaway at home when you practice this as part of the application. Okay? Ignore minor annoying behaviors. And your leaders will be discussing this, but I have given them some of those points. Okay? C is to criticize and find fault with others. We'll stop that. We'll stop criticizing one another. I'll be criticizing in a way that is more constructive. Right? So accept constructive criticism though. Alright, here are some of the questions. Okay? Not questions, but these are the questions for discussion. Okay, before the discussion, remember that Christ has given us an eye. An eye is a window to our soul. Whatever we see is what we perceive. Alright? So, an eye is an extension to our brain that looks at the Word or the world and sends its information. But we have to be careful. Okay? We need to have an eye of awareness on what we tell. Because sometimes our mind processes lesser, but our tongue could say words faster. Did you notice that? Okay. We are easy to judge. Okay? Remember that. Okay? Our view of life, self and others, all of this, okay, are formed by our early life experiences when we were children, when our brain is still developing. Okay? Home environment is important. That's why we need to strengthen family relationships. What we choose to believe. And the last one is the things we choose to engage in. Okay? So if we have some of these unconfessed sins, it's better for us to confess it before the Lord. Because these unconfessed sins will keep on. It's a cycle. Okay? And let's put to stop this. Let's stop this. Okay? Here are the questions for discussion. So this covers for the adults and for the teens. Why is it hard to love others if we are critical and fail to notice the good in them? So during your discussion, by the way, spend just 2 to 3 minutes of your sharing time, not 15 minutes per person. What counsel has God given to clean up our eye so we can see clearly? Okay? And it comes with corresponding verses as well. Okay? Third, how will the skill of training your brain to look at the good in each other help us become a better disciple of Christ? So these are the 3 questions that the adults will be sharing amongst themselves and the teens will be sharing amongst themselves. And as we come up with the application, we'll be sharing this amongst our family groups. And also, if you have time, by the way, there are 2 separate questions for parents to answer and questions for the teens. Here are for the parents. These are the activities that you can do. I wouldn't explain this because this will be explained by your team leaders. Okay, so for the adult, write the name of each family member and daily look for things you can complement each other. For the mark, each time you give reinforcing compliment. Remember, there is a table. So today is what? Saturday. So start on Saturday. So this will be a take-home activity for parents if they want to continue doing this at home. Alright? So this helps us feel happier, enjoy family members more, and treat them better. If you don't have a family, then someone at church that you want to practice complimenting. Alright? And for the teens, it's modified. So the time is up. Identify the time you have complimented someone in your family and to others. What was the reason for the compliment given? And what did you feel after you have given the compliment to your family member? These are for the teens. So for the teens, application which will be shared within the groupings, have this in mind as you answer these questions, and we'll find out because we have varied responses to all of these questions. So this is a modified questions which are not in the worksheet for the teens. So for the leaders, just have a snapshot of these questions and make this as part of the application questions when we move into groups. And I think that's it for my presentation this afternoon, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.